Baby talk so bad. You want to be on camera, Sphinx? Don't be biting me now. We're not doing that. Stop biting me. Hey, peace, 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 peace. I see somebody in here with me. So, I'm trying to give a few more people time to jump in. Who's in here with me? Say hey so I know who you are. And let me know if you can hear me good, too. Sphinx. You guys sit still if you're going to be up here with me. Okay? Don't you bite me. Okay, it's 3 people in here. That's good. We'll get started. How y'all doing? I hope y'all been having a pleasant week so far. Coming into the weekend. So I want to shout the people out who are in here with me. Hey, Chantel. Okay, you can hear me. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Who else is in here with me? Just want to say hey and make sure I acknowledge you. Hey, J Girl Beckles. How you doing? It's so good to see people actually interested in what we have to say on the channel. Yes, that's good. So, very quickly, 2 things. This is what prompted this video, and I'm always thinking to myself, I got to do a video about this because I'm getting so many like codes. If you didn't watch the manifestation mantra for miracles, please go back and watch that video. That video has just opened us up to receive abundance in so many different ways. It's just I'm just amazed. But I want to make sure that you all have access as well to stop biting me, to being able to just come out of any lack, any poverty, to break any curses in the family. I want to make sure that you all are getting the same experiences that we are. And so that's going to be the purpose in this video. So I'm going to start off first by showing you what we're working on for y'all. And I hope this excites y'all as much as it excites us. These are the malachite stones. And I've had a few people, you know, when we mention crystals in the videos, I've had people say, hey, I want a malachite. So these are the malachite stones. I was going to show you the other one. However, Sphinx has knocked it in between the couch. So if you are interested in the abundance, the malachite stone is good for a lot of things, but it opens the heart chakra. And whenever you're doing heart chakra work, that's going to open you to receive, right? And so a lot of us have not been receiving, and we've been doing the soul work, but we haven't been fully open to receive. So that's the purpose in the malachite. The malachite is also good for prosperity. Sphinx is good for prosperity. And you know, another thing, the color green with the pink and green phenomenon that you've seen us mention on here, that's just a new frequency color spectrum that's in a cosmic fashion is activating the dormant part of our DNA and the dormant part of our brain. So we have been indoctrinated into being left brain and logical. Now we're moving into being more right brain, where we're able to believe in things that we could not believe in before. And so that's the return of the feminine energy. So we're coming out of patriarchy, going into matriarchy, but it's going to be balanced. Everything's about harmony and balance. And so restoration is happening on the earth. So these crystals are definitely going to give you all more access to that. I think we have 6 of these, so it is limited. When we get ready to, when we finish them and we're ready to post them so that you all can purchase them, we're going to use the email list. So go to remnantsgathering@gmail.com if you're interested, and it'll be the first 6 people, first come, first serve, until we get to the point where we can just have a bulk amount of them where everybody can have one. But right now you have to start somewhere. And I'm a huge fan of humble beginnings, because very great, beautiful, powerful things started off in a very humble fashion. And we will get to the point where we will have more. We're also going to be giving, hold on, because y'all know on here, a lot of people in the truther, metaphysical, spiritual community, I'm not going to lie, sometimes I question the intentions and like, are you just trying to make money or what? And so we're not about that here. So we want to make sure that we are operating in the purest of intention and pure light and love. So this is a desert jasper stone. It's so beautiful. It hasn't been polished or anything. Look at those beautiful colors. These desert jasper stones come from Sedona, Arizona. And Sedona, Arizona is one of the most powerful spiritual places in America. And so I was led to these stones from a meditation. The desert jasper is going to help ground you, and it is great to be used for meditation. And just you can look up all the metaphysical properties of desert jasper, and it's mind blowing. This stone is very powerful as well. We're gonna do these stones. Probably gonna give one of these stones away for free to the people who are interested in purchasing the malachite. As far as price, we haven't set a price yet because it's going to go by the weight of the stone, the amount of copper used, and amount of time, of course, but it's going to be reasonable, especially for what you're going to get from it. So we're working on that, and we'll come up with the prices and everything. We'll post the picture and the price and let you all pick what you want. And as I said, we're going to give you a free crystal or stone to start working with as well. The next thing that I wanted to mention, and then I'm going to shout out some more people because I see a few more people jumped in here. Oh, cats scare you. You got to be brave to have a cat. They used to scare me too, even though my grandmother had cats. And yeah, black people especially have this thing about cats. I've had people visit the house and like, oh my gosh, you got a cat. Like, I'm like, it's not a Rottweiler. And they're like, girl, no, them cats, they evil. They dangerous. And she's really sweet, and is nothing like that. Cats are just misunderstood. That's what I'll say. Very gentle. We hadn't had any problems with her with the children. We have a 3-year-old, no problems at all. And actually we have a grandbaby on the way. We hadn't even had problems with our daughter because, of course, her body's changing. She's producing milk and all of that. And so a lot of the things that we heard about cats weren't true. And yeah, so for spiritual people, she came into our life to assist us in this spiritual journey. And that was confirmed to us by 3 different people who were total strangers. And they were like, that cat has been with your family in another lifetime. And so to have 3 people that don't know us to say that was huge. And so at first I wasn't even wanting to keep her. And then we just got attached. And yeah. So I'm not trying to convince y'all to get a pet kitten. But kittens, a lot of times they're killing them and stuff because there are so many of them. People aren't getting their cats spaded and neutered. And so that's why, the Humane Society would do it for free. But however, they are very special, and cats are more sensitive to spiritual entities. And so if there's anything in the house that shouldn't be, the cat is going to always let you know. And so stop, Sphinx. So she liked to play. She'd play with a Sphinx. Let me finish doing the video. I play with you tomorrow. Not tonight. She liked to play at night. Y'all, I'm like, we can play in the daytime, Sphinx. You wait till 11 o'clock at night and want to play. But she nibbles and stuff, but she hasn't hurt anyone. Very intuitive animal. Very intelligent. And so, yeah, she's special. She's special. So back to the miracle manifestation mantra. Please, 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 y'all start using this. Don't let that pass you by. That right now, like this, it may be miracles that your grandmother was praying for. Now is the time to manifest it and receive it. Everything is wide open for us to manifest. So just in case you didn't see the video, Let me tell you what the miracle mantra has done for us. And then you can go back and watch the video and repeat it every morning and anytime throughout the day or night when you feel like you need to. If you feel your vibration getting low, if you feel yourself not trusting your intuition, if you feel yourself maybe you're kind of feeling overwhelmed by some things, because spiritual ascension can be overwhelming at times, and that's normal. If you experience any of those things, very critical thoughts, negative talk to yourself, negativity from other people, go into, you know what, let me stop that now. I am a miracle. To be a miracle for those needing a miracle. That has been so powerful that when we were in religion, we would say that this was something that would cast away demons, right? Or cast down thoughts. That's exactly what that mantra does. It's going to lift your vibration. I deal with pain. I deal with depression. I deal with all other things people deal with. But when I quote that mantra, it pulls me out of that vibration to where I'm able to receive clarity in that moment about what the lesson is that I was to learn in that moment. It's almost like it freezes time, and in that moment I finally can hear and get clarity from things that maybe I have been meta praying about for a long time. And you know, we use the word meta pray because we have combined prayer and meditation. So if you all like meta pray, you missed out on that one when we mentioned in the video. So that's why I said that. And man, that has been so powerful. And actually, so let me tell you the meditation that happened. I have so much to tell y'all, but before I tell you the meditation, let me say this. If you've been practicing meditation and it sounds like you're having a difficult time visualizing, or maybe you're having a difficult time believing your meditations, because some people, like, I seen a rabbit in my meditation, like, I'm like, what does that mean? What is the point in me seeing a rabbit? You know, whatever it may be that you're experiencing, to troubleshoot the meditation, meta prayer is good. The miracle mantra is good for that as well. And trusting yourself, just trust yourself. Whatever, when you watch our videos and when you watch other people's videos that resonate with you, and you can tell that they're on a higher vibration and you're able to tap in and be lifted up and enlightened and learn something you feel is going to be a tool that's going to help you get to where you desire to be. Whenever you do that, that information runs in your subconscious. It runs in the background. And so each time you're putting another piece to the building that you are building within your own temple. And so there were things I heard Bobby Hemmett say 2 years ago, and now it's like actually real to me, and I see it happening, and I'm like, you know what? Wait a minute. 2 years ago I had watched a video and I remember him saying that. Wow. And it's like a confirmation. So when you listen to seminars and lectures and stuff like that, when you do that, what you're doing is you're assisting your spiritual ascension on a molecular cellular level, which means it's reprogramming your mind, and the mind controls everything. And so it's able to defrag your soul. And a lot of us, our soul are fragmented from trauma, from past heartbreaks, a lot of things that you just experienced in life. And so that helps to bring wholeness back to you as a soul being on a soul level. So I highly advise some videos that I find, I share them with Ernest, and I'm like, you have to watch this, because this video is going to be a light code activation for you to get some answers about some things that maybe you have been seeking and unable to get clarity on. And that's exactly what happens and what it does. So just be conscious of it when you're listening to stuff, and be conscious of the fact that when that information is necessary to help you, then your own higher self, intuition, and soul is going to pull that file from the subconscious, from the background, make you conscious of it. And in that moment, you have put another missing piece to the wholeness that we're coming into spiritually. So I hope that makes sense what I'm saying. So that's why it's very important. So just remember, words, we speak the power, life, and death in the tongue. And so when you get knowledge, it's a seed that's planted in you, and that seed is going to bear fruit. and you'll be able to harvest that fruit, and you'll be able to be a blessing to other people with the fruit of your harvest. Okay, and so it may take a month, a day, or years for something to manifest for you, but trust it and know that it's always working. So don't be judgmental of yourself. Spinksy. And when you meditate, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Y'all know I got the meditation playlist, and it's got like 500 and something meditations. Usually, if you go on my channel and click playlist, you can find it. If you can't, you can type in relax Campson, and the playlist should come up. Spinksy! So, go play with your toys. So, in the meditation, when I first started the meditation, the shaman meditation, it was created by the Honest Guys, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's in the playlist. That has been one that almost always gives me answers and information that I need. In that meditation, I saw a spider. Now, I know that one of my spirit animals is a Black Panther, because my very first successful meditation to visualize a Black Panther came to me. And so I'm kind of always expecting to see the Black Panther when I go into the meditation. However, this time it was a spider. I'm not a fan of spiders. I've been bit by spiders 2 or 3 times in my lifetime, and one of those times was pretty serious, and I had to be rushed to the emergency room in the ambulance. So I wouldn't say that we're the coolest peeps. However, I'm learning how to release resistance to things in nature and not be where I'm against the consciousness of all other living things. And that don't mean I'm finna go to the pet store and say, can I play with your tarantula? I'm just trying to get to a place where there's a oneness with me and every other living thing. And I'm always operating in love and light, not expecting to be harmed by anything. So now if I find a spider in the room, I don't have the thoughts of, man, I sure hope it's not another one in here. Oh my goodness, it's gonna bite me. And I have to catch that thought and be like, you know what? No, I operate in love and light and oneness, and I'll be okay. I'm protected by that. So no, the spider's not gonna harm anybody in the house. We still probably go kill it, but it's not gonna harm anybody in the house. Let it go to the higher realm, you know. So anyway, I thought that was humorous. The creator can be very humorous. And I was like, oh, so you gonna show me a spider? I'm not a fan of spiders. And that was a test for me. It was a test to whether I was going to be judgmental and critical of my own imagination in that meditation, or I was going to be open to it. And because I was open to it, I got blessed immensely. So I finally said to the spider, remember, in meditations and visualizations, you create whatever it is you want to create. We are gods. And for those of you who still go by scripture and scripture only, even the Bible say ye are gods. That came out of the mouth of Christ himself. And it's in the Bible more than one time. We truly are gods. And this just means that we have power to create our own reality. And it doesn't matter where you are in life, you created this exact moment in your own reality. And that's being a god. And so I was confused, because sometimes in meditation I have to imagine something first, and then once I imagine something, then the ball gets rolling and stuff just starts coming to me, and I'm not having to create it. Okay, so the spider thing, that wasn't intentional. I wasn't like, you know what, I want to talk to a spider this time. So I knew that was something higher than my own self, who I am, trying to teach me. So I said to the spider, I don't like spiders. I've been bit by spiders, and I think it's kind of weird that you showed up in this meditation. And the spider was like, I understand. I'm just here to teach a lesson. The spider said that prior to the fall of mankind into the matrix that you all are in, we didn't harm humans. And so the spider was just like, so I'm not going to do any harm to you. And so the spider basically showed me that it didn't have any fangs, and it didn't. So I was like, okay. I was a little more relaxed. The more relaxed you are in meditation, the more you're going to get from your meditation. And that's what it's all about, is practicing, relaxing, and just being in the flow to receive. And so I asked the spider, I was like, okay, like, what's the purpose of this? And right when I said that, the tree in the meditation, the voice guided meditation, the shaman meditation, they take you to a huge tree. And the tree is how you access the astral realm. So you're walking through the woods. You're going to find a tree that has a hole big enough for you to step into. You step into the tree. You go down some stairs. You come out of the tree. And you're in the astral realm. And if you saw the movie Black Panther, this exact thing happened in the movie Black Panther when they would drink the herb from the flower, and it would help them to be able to reach the astral realm, to go and get guidance from their spirit guides and ancestors on that higher dimension. And but once they got there, if you all remember, the tree was like had center stage whenever they would go to talk to their ancestors in the movie Black Panther. And so trees are living beings as well. They are much older. You know, a lot of things, they're ancient. They've seen a lot, been around. And so just because something doesn't have a mouth, ears, and eyes doesn't mean it isn't consciousness and it doesn't have life in it. And so I think, so that's one of the reasons a lot of meditation use trees. And so I'm sitting up under the tree like I always do. And in the meditation, they talk about how grass and flowers are around the tree. And that's usually what I see. But you can change it if you want to. You don't have to see grass and flowers. You can see sand and water if you want to near the tree. But this instance, I was sitting on a pile of gold coins. And the spider said to me, I know that your healing process is expensive. And I know that you have not wanted to ask any of your followers to give donations or anything like that. You don't charge people when you interpret their dreams. You don't charge people when they inbox you about maybe some health issues or nutrition problems. Maybe something spiritual happened in the house and they just seeking insight. You've been doing this work for many years and you've never charged a dime. Because of that, there is a harvest waiting for you. But that abundance has to first manifests itself to you in the astral, unseen, subconscious realm. Once you're able to visualize and see that without any resistance and believe in your heart wholeheartedly that prosperity and abundance is yours and that it is on its way to you, then it's able to manifest into the material realm. So that was like a huge revelation. I mean, that light code was just phenomenal. And it made so much sense. He said, your minds, you all have been restricted from using your third eye, from using your right brain. And we're releasing you all from those restrictions. So I'm going to teach you how people who are world investment bankers and own corporations and the royal family and very what you would call upper echelon people, they know these things. But a lot of melanated races who were taken into captivity and colonized into a spirituality that was not their own don't know these things. And this is why you can look at one group of people and another group of people and see a lot of poverty in one group and riches in the other, but both groups work. This is why that happens. And that made so much sense, you know. And he was like, so the true way of abundance and prosperity, it has been hidden from you. And I'm revealing it to you to reveal to others. So I saw the gold coins, so I just started picking them up and like, I'm grateful, and I'm going to do the right thing with the abundance that I receive. My husband and I are going to use this abundance for what's needed right now on the earth to meet needs and to be miracles. And so the spider said to me, but I said, okay, now that I understand that and I have visualized the abundance my heart desires, how do I access this? And I didn't get the answer I expected. The answer was through love, through operating in love, the most purest form of love, not the form of love that you learn in the world. You know, the kind of love that tells you because this person is your family member that you have to take the abuse. You have to just, it don't matter how miserable it makes you. That's your family and this is what you do. I call him Mr. Spidey. That sounds like a harmless name. It's like, can I call you Mr. Spidey? He's like, you can call me Mr. Spidey. I said, so Mr. Spidey, you're saying to me love on a level where I'm willing to walk away from the construct that I've been given of how true love is expressed? He said, exactly. He said, that's what will access this, because the frequency of love creates miracles. And even in the Bible, it says that God is love. So being that we now know that we are all elements of the creator, of source, of God, each in our own purpose and mission and calling, being that now we know that, now I can understand how God and love is synonymous, because they can manifest the same level of power, of power to change things. And so once I really understood that, it made sense to me that it was through love. And I was kind of expecting him to say, oh, you're going to have to work more. You're going to have to book more clients. You're going to have to start charging people for any spiritual soul work. Anything you've been doing for people, you need to start charging them an arm and a leg. Like, I was kind of expecting the typical thing. He was like, no, just operate in love. That frequency is so high, it is going to be magnetic. And we have acknowledged that you need healing. We have acknowledged that you have an autoimmune disease that no one knew about and you've been suffering all these years. We have acknowledged that you're suffering bone loss and loss that includes your teeth, because it's bone too. We have acknowledged that. We have acknowledged the immense amount of pain that you experience every single day, yet you always try to have a high vibration and just vibrate light and love to people. We have acknowledged that, and because of that, we are going to assist you. So stop worrying. Stop worrying about getting a second job and doing this and doing that. We're not saying don't work, but what we're saying to you is true abundance is manifested through doing the things that you are passionate about and fulfilling your soul purpose and being here, and doing that out of a vibration of pure love. Spinksy? And so with that being said, I have had to let go of people, places, things, belief systems, foods, things that comforted me, movies, TV, being on Facebook. It drains me, so I don't get on there unless I'm instructed to do so and being guided by intuition. All of these things, I've had to purge myself of these things, and that is the ultimate level of love that was never taught to us. No one ever told us that love, purging, is a form of love. And so self-love, self-care, taking the time out to get a facial, taking the time out for you guys just to get your beard lined up nice, or whatever it may be, those things, that is love. That is love to self. And so, but I had been raised in Christianity as well. It taught me that was being selfish. And so I just got to a point where I did not take care of myself, because my commitment was to Christ and serving people, which means that I was always told, it's not about you. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's not about you. And that program has been still running in my subconscious. And so that was just phenomenal of a breakthrough to receive, to share with you all. And that confirmed the miracle mantra manifestation that we shared with you all. Because by becoming a miracle yourself, you are going to have access to prosperity and abundance, because it's not going to stay in your hand. You're going to release it. And so I thought that was huge. And after Mr. Spidey broke that down to me, I just closed my eyes and just imagine the color green. That's the color of the heart chakra. And I just imagine it, just with each heartbeat, it grew bigger and bigger and bigger until my whole aura was green. And after I did that, then I came out of the meditation. Of course, I wrote everything down. Immediately after that happened, just following intuition, I went to one of the spiritual shops here in Memphis, And I made a U-turn because I was going somewhere else, and just loud and clear I heard, no, go now. I'm like, what am I going there for? I'm trying to save money. I'm getting ready to go out of town to get this experimental alternative natural treatment to chelate some of the mercury out of my body. It's expensive. I need to save some money. If I go in there, I'm gonna want to buy something. I'm a crystal freak. Like, I love crystals. I can't walk past them and not at least feel them, touch them, look at them. If I can afford one, even better. And so, my higher self was like, just go, just follow your intuition. So I went, and I get in the store, and my back is turned, and I'm just looking at crystals. And I hear this lady say in the background, oh my goodness. And I turned around because I thought something had happened or something was wrong. And when I turned around, she says, I know that voice. I know that voice from anywhere. She said, is your name Camson? And I was like, yeah. She said, I've been following you for over 10 years, like for a very long time. And I've watched your journey and your growth. And I just want to let you know I'm so grateful because of you, I am where I am in my spirituality. And I just... I felt nothing but love in that moment. Like, that was so much love. So shout out to Day Davion is her name. Shout out to you. I had no idea she lived in Memphis, and that was just divine. And it was the encouragement that I needed to go forward with the things that I know I need to do. Because in the back of my mind, I'm still like, they might not be ready for that. They might not be ready for me to start giving them spells to manifest money. They might not be ready to do the ancestor altar. They might not be ready for this ritual for the new moon or this ritual for the full moon. And I just keep doing that. And that's not helping, right? I got to stop being concerned with the people who I don't resonate with and be more concerned with the people I do resonate with, because this is a part of my soul's journey and Spacey and your soul's journey as well. And so that was a lesson for me in that moment. And she was like, no, I'm here for it. I'm so ready. She was like, whatever it is that you all have been doing, please share it, because everything that you have shared up to this point has been working for me. And it really made me feel some kind of way. And I kind of felt bad that we've been kind of in a hermit phase. And because we're so critical of ourselves, I'm just always like, yeah, I don't want people to think. I get messages all day, every day, like, yo, you're just in confusion. And, Hebrew Israelite, that's where it is. And you left that man, the devil got you, and this. And sometimes that stuff get in my head. And so I realized that I got to push that out, because anytime something great happens, anyone in history who did something great, they were going against the grain. They were doing something that was not considered normal or even acceptable. You can't get an outcome of a miracle, but you're following the exact same blueprint and pattern as everybody else around you. It's not going to happen that way. So it takes courage. It takes courage to say, this is me, authentic, right now in this moment, this is me. So if the people that our channel no longer resonate with the new content, that's totally okay. Your spiritual path and journey is not on the same timeline as ours, and that's okay. There's no judgment here. But for the people we resonate with, we intend to give you all more, because I see now that you are ready and just waiting. And so that's why we're trying to push out these stones. This is a part of that. So after the meditation, whenever you finish a meditation, this is one other thing that Spidey told me that was really a huge lesson. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Whether it's a spider, a rabbit, it don't even matter. It's no need to be judgmental of it. It's consciousness. It's living just like you. And so we can learn lessons from many places. Even in the Bible, a lesson was learned from a donkey who could talk, right? And so he said to me, when you imagine something, you are being a magician in that moment. He said, look at the word imagination and break it down by each syllable. I said, magi, nation. I said it again because it didn't quite right. I said, magi. I was like, whoa, wait. This is I am a true magician. And magician is just interchangeable with a god or someone who knows that they can create the reality that they desire in their lives. We are very magical. Spiritual could also be a synonym to being magical, because sometimes I have issues with words. I still have some hangups with some words. And so I really don't like calling myself a magician. I'd rather say metaphysician or spiritual person. But in reality, it has the same outcome and it uses the same modalities. And so the nation part kind of threw me off and I didn't quite understand. I am a magi. Where's the nation come in? And I came to understand that this is how nations are built. Nations, great nations from Egypt to Samaria and furthermore, Atlantis. These great nations were built because of people who were practicing their magic, being magi's. Now, for those of you who still resonate with the Bible, as we do as well, we just understand that it was a metaphysical book and not a physical book about physical people. But even in the Bible, who found Jesus? 3 magi's found him. How did they find him? Because a particular star and an alignment of the planetary bodies led them to him. That's astrology. That's observing the cosmos, right? And so this is what makes Christianity sometimes frustrating for me, because I'm like, it's right there in front of you. You all feel as if people who are practicing this form of spirituality are doing something demonic or wrong, but the very Savior that you hold dear to and believe in was found by 3 magicians using astrology. And so this just shows you that the Bible is truly a metaphysical, magical book. And it was just, we just weren't ready for it. And now that we're in the age of Aquarius, the age of knowing and knowledge abound much, guess what? Now you can go back to the Bible and read it, and it's going to speak something totally different to you than it did when you were going to church. And so with that being said, our imagination. So whatever you imagine, it's real, and you're creating a nation. You're creating something within yourself that is going to manifest outside. And I want to give a scripture for how to connect and receive the things your heart desire. By him talking about the heart chakra and talking about love being the vibration that's going to draw these things to you, the Bible says that if you walk and abide in my word and delighteth in me, I will fulfill your heart desires. So that is proof that the heart chakra is the bridge that allows you to bring things from an unseen realm, which is your desires, and make them an actual reality. Just by you walking in love, right? Just by you delighting in life and delighting in the lessons that you are learning in life. I just thought that was so beautiful and simple, because for us at Remnants Gathering, we want to make things that have been complicated simple. Just simplify it to a point where it's just easy to understand, and it creates less resistance because it's simple. And I thought that was something really simple but very powerful. So I wanted to share that, and I want to encourage you all in your meditations. If you're struggling with anything in your meditations, the miracle mantra will help your meditations as well. And if you want to, you can replace I am whatever you want to put in there. Because after I started doing the I am a miracle, after this meditation, I began saying, I am a master magician. I am a master magi. I'm a master metaphysician. I am a master at manifesting the things in my world that I desire. I just began just go with it. Just go with it, and whatever comes out, I say that I am healed, so that I can heal others. You can replace it with anything, wherever you are, whatever you need. Just fit that in there. Let's see, is there anything else I'm forgetting? There's a million other things I want to say to y'all right now, but I'm trying to get better at staying on one topic, so it doesn't seem like, make it hard to follow, because I'm all over the place. I think that was the most important part. So do anybody have any questions or anything? The baby's asleep right now, so I was like, finally I can do a video. You see, y'all know he got a full house here, so it'd be difficult sometimes getting this time to break away. So if anybody have any questions or anything, and maybe I don't get a chance to address them here, me or Ernest will eventually be able to address those. And reaching us by email is one of the best ways to reach us, because we do get a whole lot of messages and comments and stuff on YouTube. So feel free to email us your questions or whatever. We're trying to get better at our response time as well. We're also looking for a new app to use for the email list, because we have been doing it the old way, where when someone say, hey, I'm interested, I want to get on the email list, and we would just go to our Gmail and add that person in a former email that we had done and do it that way. But having the app to do, the email list is just so much more convenient. And so we are transitioning to that. But know that because of life, because of the healing process that I'm going through, and because we study a whole lot, it does cut into some of the things that we want to do, that we've been saying we're going to do and probably hadn't done yet. So I don't want you all to feel like it's because we're not compassionate to you. I don't want, because sometimes I can feel that way. Sometimes I can send a message or comment on YouTube, and if I don't get a response, it's like, I'm looking at them with the side eye, like, and it's not always that. So I just wanted to make sure I, share that with you all, that you all are in our hearts. When we meta pray, you all are in our prayers. When we go to our altars, it's always, what can we do to be a blessing to them? What is it the Remnants Gathering need that we can do? So yeah, so know that you are always in our hearts. And we're soul family, we're a tribe, and we're connected. And I think it's so beautiful, because I didn't think anybody would be supportive of the transition that we made, and it was not planned. None of this was planned. I couldn't have planned this. And if you're interested in one of the spells that I mentioned, it's actually, I wasn't comfortable at first with spells, even though we do spells every day. Every time you spell a word, every time you put together a paragraph or do a book report or a text message or an email, you're practicing spells, right? And so that's why it's called spelling. So even though we do it all day, every day, even though we've been doing rituals most of our lives, especially those of us who are in religion, there was always a form of ritual we had to do. But I was still a little uncomfortable with it. So starting off with things that were in the Bible was comfortable for me. And so the book of Psalms is very, very powerful for manifestation of anything. And that's actually how you properly use the book of Psalms to create your reality, change things, be healed, heal other, all of the things, everything that went down in the book of Psalms, it is there for us to use to manifest. And so yeah, if you're interested in the manifestation of abundance, Psalms 27, if I'm not mistaken, is the one that we use. And you just take a dollar bill. If you don't have a dollar bill, you just use a piece of paper and write $1 on it. That's okay. It's all about the intention. You don't have to have everything and it be perfect, right? Just about the intention. And you're going to just take that dollar bill. You're going to read Psalms 27, and you're going to fold the dollar bill towards you. Anytime you're trying to draw something towards you, you want to fold it towards you. If it's something you're trying to take away and banish away from you, then you're going to go the opposite way. And so you just read Psalms 27, and it talks about, test me. I want you to test me, God. Basically test my character and who I am. And to see if I'm truly righteous and operating in love in my heart. That's really basically what it's about. And it works. It totally works. It's super simple. And again, it's not something that's super dark or what people would perceive as demonic. You're just using it what it's there for. So let's see. Shalom, Dina. Let's do some shout outs. Yes, yes, yes. Shalom, Dana. So good to see you in here and hear from you. You missed the first 30 minutes. That's okay. You'll be able to go back and listen to it. It's going to be really good. YGM says, this is beautiful what you are saying and pure truth. You are a divine truth speaker. You are needed and loved. Thank you for being where you are at this time. That's so sweet. Thank you. I vibrate gratitude about that. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Unimatrix. Good to see you in here. Let's see. Okay, I didn't miss anybody. Okay, so I just want to encourage you all, continue on your journey, practice being authentic, and you can be authentic and not have to, not have to be mean or rude. You can do it in love again. And if there are things in your life you need to purge, this is a great time to purge as well, so that you can receive the new. Out with the old, in with the new. The next day that I would say is very important for people who really want to get more active in the soul work level of things, because a lot of us have karmic pattern cycles, generational curses, and traumas that are impacting our lives now, and we haven't made the connection. We don't know that that's what's impacting our lives. So September 24th, which happens to be my birthday, is going to be a full moon day, but it's going to be a very special day because of the planetary alignment on that day. And so I would recommend, let's see, who did a video that was very powerful on that. Let me think. I cannot think of his name right now. Y'all, his channel is so good. If you type in September 24th, 11/11, September 24th and 11/11, his videos should come up. I want to say his name is Aaron. I'll try to make sure I go. If you all go through my playlist history, you should be able to look at my history, because if I'm not mistaken, I did make the history public. Go through my history and you'll see his video. I want to say his name is Aaron. Okay. He's a white guy, and a lot of his videos, he do them out in the desert. So it's just always a very beautiful scenery and stuff. And he definitely has been real helpful, helping us understand things. I love the way he explains stuff. He makes stuff so simple. And a lot of times you come out of it feeling less, being overwhelmed about this spiritual journey. It was never meant to be easy. It's definitely an upstream type situation. But he was explaining September 24th is going to be a great day for you. If there's any one thing that you've been wanting to do and you just feel like you're not ready yet, the September 24th, the planetary alignment and the full moon, that energy is going to allow us to finally step out into some things that we feel and know we should and need to do. And that resonated so much. I could feel that. He was like, all year long, you've been doing the soul work. You've been cleansing yourself and purging and putting the work in, and it seemed like you're not getting anywhere. He was like, September 24th is going to be the day where you're going to actually get to where you've been trying to get to. Babe, what's his name? The channel 11/11. He broke down September 24th, the full moon ritual. Victor Odo. I was thinking about another guy. Victor Odo is his name. Thank you, babe. Yeah, Victor Odo. Oddo. So check him out. Subscribe to his channel too. Even though sometimes we talk about the difference in races and on a there are differences between races. Let's just be honest here. It has nothing to do with being prejudiced or racist or judgmental. We just sure that we're acknowledging that and sending that love out there. So yes, there is a such thing as white privilege and white supremacy in America. Yes, there is a such thing as racism and the things that black people are plagued with. All those things are very real. But we want to make sure that we give clout to those who aren't operating in that white supremacy vibration. Yeah, he vibrates very high. And so I think that he'll resonate with you all as much as he does us. So for anybody who come here and like, oh man, they some old racist, prejudiced people. They hate the white man, down with the white man. It's not like that, but we do acknowledge truth, okay? On every level. Let's see, is there anything else? Was there anything you want to add, babe? I did the miracle mantra. I talked about the meditation with Spidey. That led to how to access abundance, and I showed them the crystals, and I went over with them with the ancestor altar and stuff too. So Seem like I hit it all. Okay, so if he think of something, then he'll jump on and do a video. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's coming. That's right. It's coming. So let's see. I think that's it. I think I hit on everything I want to hit on. I want to talk about the Beyonce thing, but I'm trying to stay on one topic in the video, and it's so hard because I can feel y'all pulling on me because y'all just so ready to just receive information. So yeah, I'm doing great, Unimatrix. I'm doing great. Just bless. Just bless. Oh, awesome. You put some of the videos on Facebook? Thank you. Yes. Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. Thank you. See, that was the one last thing I was supposed to mention. See what I'm talking about, y'all? Y'all just be so in sync. Okay. Let me go. Give me 1 second. Spink, see? I want to show y'all a picture of something before we get off of here. I just noticed this one today. Okay. Y'all see I'm learning how to work this a little bit better now. Finally. Okay, can y'all see this? Look at this picture. Now, anybody on here who has ever used Renter Center, rolled past Renter Center, familiar with it, please tell me, do you see anything different? Is there anything that looks odd, different, and not what it used to be? If you can see it, that's great, because that shows that your third eye is opening, where when changes are made within this matrix and within this 3D reality, you're able to observe and discern them. So that's great. If you cannot see that it's different, maybe you've never heard of Renter Center, or maybe you remember it always being in this weird font with the E connected to the N and the E connected to the R. It looks so weird to me. And then the R has this hook that connects under the A into the C. It was never like that. It was just the Renter Center. RAC, none of that. But if you keep looking at it long enough, it will come to you. So let me tell you all, I finally know for sure why the Mandela effect is happening. Phil Valentine has a lecture called Biowarfare. And in this lecture, he talks about the logos of the corporations and how they program the subconscious mind to keep us imprisoned in the matrix in a 3D way of thinking and not being able to ascend spiritually. It's very intentional. None of the logos that you see are because people are like, you know what? It looks really cool to put a big gold M up there and call it McDonald's. Like, it's so much deeper than that. These people study the occult. They study magic. And so they create these logos to do exactly as Phil Valentine and many others have broke down. The reason we're seeing the changes, the reason we're seeing letters that were not in cursive and now they're connected as if it's not even really cursive. I don't even know what to call that. But the reason we're seeing these letters connect with each other like this is because we're moving into a oneness. And so we have the spiritual assistants, the cosmic ancestors, what some would call angels, others would call our cosmic ancestors, right? The origin of where our soul came from before it incarnated into a body here. There are a lot of very benevolent help that we're getting from outside of our light spectrum that we can't see. And so by them changing the logos and merging the letters, that's breaking down the boundaries and the separation and the division that has existed for so long. We're coming out of duality and we're going into a oneness where light and dark can exist in harmony. Even the Bible talks about the lion and the lamb existing in harmony. It now says wolf and lamb, and I understand why it says wolf now, because those two things are supposed to be opposites of each other. The lamb represents light, the wolf represents evil or darkness. And so that's what the symbology has always been throughout scripture and throughout a lot of history too. And so that's just showing us that they're editing against the will of the people who rule the world and have kept us in this matrix prison and imprison our consciousness where we're not free thinkers. We're not free to think, feel, live, and believe as we want to. We have to follow indoctrination and constructs around us to be accepted. Or to even go to higher levels of learning and education. We have to be indoctrinated by them. So that is why the Mandela effect is very important. Anytime you see something that has merged or changed and is different, know that that is a sign that a shift has occurred. And so they're basically editing these logos and stuff so that we can get free, and so that the impact that it has had on our subconscious is purged from us. So yeah, I thought that was just awesome and huge. And come on now, y'all. Somebody let me know. Anybody in here familiar with Rent a Center? No, I didn't catch the 11:11. I love when I catch 11:11. I missed it. I'm gonna show you all one more. This one the Rent a Center might be a little bit more difficult, but for people to see that it's just off and not how it used to be. But just look at the R and the A and the C. Like, their logo never looked like that. And even when I go in the store and ask people like, hey, what's your logo look like? They can't even describe it. They describe the way the logo used to look. So I know that they're being, that it's impacting them as well. So let me show you all another one. I'm going to show you all one more. I just thought it was so beautiful that this is happening. And that we got help, y'all. We're not alone. We got help. We're not the only ones ready to get free and purge our subconscious of all the bull crap. We got a lot of help. And the angels and everything. Like, we got a lot of help, people. Okay, here's a great one that I just noticed recently too. Okay, look real close. This is my car. Now, I didn't take this picture at an angle. I took this picture straight on. Let me zoom in for y'all. The M. Let's start with the M. The left side of the M is thinner than the right side of the M. The V shape in the middle of the M, the left side is thick, the right side is thin. I've had this car for a long time, and I've always been a big fan of Chevy. It don't even make sense to make a font to where these sides aren't equal. So that let me know that another shift has occurred. So anytime you see a change, know that the vibration of the earth is raising itself, and that the spells that we have been put on them with these logos, which are actually sigils and runes, is being taken away from us. Look at the A. The A, it was just a regular A. I don't even know how to explain that segment. You would think that it fell off or broke or something, but no, it didn't. It was just a regular A, and now it looks like that. So I don't have full understanding quite yet of the Mandela effect, of exactly why some letters change this way or that way. But what I do know for sure is that words, letters, syntax, and even if you go back to the Hebrew language, we know that that's how you create reality. And so this just let us know that reality is changing on a quantum level. And I just think that's just such a great thing. And while I'm on the topic, I'm gonna go ahead and give you all one more, because it's just fun to find stuff, that just lets you know, man, I'm woke. I'm finally woke. I can see these changes. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Now, this one is not it probably don't stand out as much. Do you all have a great cut where you live? We have a lot of them here, and I've actually used them in the past. Let me zoom in for you. Y'all, look at the font. Look at the font. Now, some people would say, well, they just choose the skinny A and a big old G and a kind of medium-sized R, and they decided to connect the E and the A, but none of the other letters. But then they choose a whole different size for the C, and the UT is even smaller than the first A. That don't even make sense. Like, look at the R. The R is not even. So the font isn't the same size. It don't even make sense. Why is the E and the A connected? This is it's not in cursive. I know for sure it was never like that before. And like I said, when these updates and upgrades happen to the earth, you can always use this to know, man, okay, another shift just happened. So this is how I've been understanding and using what we call the Mandela effect, which is actually just the system being upgraded. Now let me show you all one more, and I'm going to try to pick one that everybody probably be like, you know what, that definitely was not like that. Let me try to find one that's pretty a popular common thing that all of us probably would be familiar with. And we noticed this one when we went out of town recently, and we even went inside the store and started talking to the people in the store about it, and they were baffled. Here we go. You know, somebody worked somewhere for 20 years, they know what something looks like, right? And yeah. Okay, so Cracker Barrel. Here go another one. Cracker Barrel. I don't know about y'all, but I really like eating Cracker Barrel. I don't know anybody who don't, but maybe it's a down south thing. I don't know. But y'all, come on now. Cracker Barrel, just look at this. Let's just look at this. He's like, no, when a corporation does something, I've never known a corporation to want their sign to be a whole bunch of different fonts mixed together and to be different sizes. So you can't even reason this. For those of you who like, because I be trying to reason it, but you can't reason it. You just have to know that it's a spiritual thing that's happening, and that's just what it is. So right before we saw this, I had took a picture of Cracker Barrel right before we went out of town. So that means a shift happened in between us leaving and arriving to Florida. That's how fast these shifts are taking place. Give me a second, because I got a lot of pictures of other logos and stuff that I see changing. But it's going to get to the point where it's just going to be funny to you and ridiculous. And you just like, come on now, really? Like now words being misspelled, you know, it's humorous. It's hilarious, but, you know, it is what it is. We the crazy people who notice stuff like that. But that's okay, because crazy is winning right now. Being normal is not helping anybody. Okay, Cracker Barrel. I'm still scrolling, y'all. Bear with me. I'm almost there. I didn't realize I had so many screenshots of logos and stuff that's been changing. And I'm going to tell you something else. When you start noticing these changes, like maybe the logo on your car is different, or the letters on your car are merged, or the letters on your car are a whole bunch of different size fonts and stuff, when you notice that, just make sure that you acknowledge that a shift and an upgrade has occurred in the energy on earth, and just to send gratitude. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like I said, it's humorous too, because it's like, oh man, that Mandela effect right there is just so obvious. Anybody that don't see that that's different, they just don't want to see the truth. You know, it get humorous. At first it was upsetting, and because I couldn't understand why it was happening, it would frustrate me, and I would try to show people, and I would end up getting into an argument, and people were like, you just making a big deal about nothing. It's always been that way. Or maybe the company just decided to change their logo, but even in that case, they're going to change all of them. You know, that's the way corporations work. You're not going to use a different logo for every different store or whatever in your chain. Okay, I'm almost there. Wow. Yeah. I've been saving all this stuff in these screenshots to share with y'all. We got just so much to catch up on. Almost there. I hope I didn't delete it. There it is. Okay. Finally. Goodness. Okay, here we go. Let me make this small. Look. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Look at this. Let me make sure I blow the other one up so y'all can see both of them really well. Look at this. That, first of all, the man on the one on the top, he looks younger than the man on the bottom. And I'll zoom in. Let's see. Look at his face. That one zoomed in. Look at his face, y'all. Now let me zoom in on the other one. That's not the same face. It's a different person. It's in a different position. And where is the top part of the chair in the other guy's face? You know, where the chair? I guess some people say, oh, he just chose to stand up. They just let him stand up on that one. But like I said, it don't work that way. Okay, now let me go back to the Cracker Barrel part. Okay, here we go. Look at this. Do y'all see the difference? I'm not gonna even point it out. Just look at it. The picture at the bottom I took 3 months ago. The picture at the top I took about 2 weeks ago. This is two total different fonts, total different lettering. And look, the letters on the bottom are all capitalized. The letters on the top are not. The K is the same level as the rest of the letters on the bottom. At the top, it isn't. I can't even explain this R to you. It's got this same weird airhead what do you call those? Like a bow and arrow or a Spiro or something. Look at that R shape and the K shape. That's all of the R's are shaped like this now. Any main chain or logo that you see, pay attention to the R. All of the R's have changed. They're either like this or they have a real sharp curve in it. And so, yeah, so this just means that upgrades are happening. That means that in the last 3 months, another shift occurred. The people who work in the store, I asked them to describe the card without looking at it because it's right there up at the desk. They look at it all day, every day. And like I said, the lady been working there 20 years, and she couldn't even believe it. After she described it and I showed it to her, she was like, that was not like that the other day. She said somebody had came in there. I think we recorded the conversation. She said it totally was not like that. They were like, that is so weird, you know. And yeah, so I like when I get a reaction like that from people, because it might seem like nothing, but that helps people to wake up, you know what I'm saying, and be able to pay more attention to the things that are changing around them. Another thing I want to mention, I found a tree here in Memphis that had just bloomed new flowers, and it's the fall. Yeah, it's the fall. Almost the fall. And trees shouldn't be blooming flowers in the fall. And so I took a picture of it, and I'm going to show that one to you. I don't have to scroll far. For some reason, it's not allowing me to add this picture. Hold on. Let me go to a different window. Okay. Give me 1 second. And then after I add this picture, I'm going to tell you all why I think trees are blooming in the fall. I know the Bible said the seasons would be mixed up and everything like that, but I think it's a much deeper reason. You see this, y'all? This tree had just bloomed. I go to this grocery store all the time. The tree didn't have flowers on it. And yeah, so trees are blooming in the fall. And so this is just a part of the upgrades to Earth. The Earth is becoming more beautiful. It's not just about, oh man, it's chaos and the seasons mixed up. Just the Earth is becoming more beautiful. And so you'll start noticing trees that have flowers on them that shouldn't have flowers on them. And that's why the Earth is being upgraded. Colors are becoming brighter. If you look up at the sky, it looks much bluer and crisper than it ever did. And it's exactly like when we were using digital cameras, throwaway cameras, disposable cameras, Polaroids, and then they started introducing the pixels and things like that. Y'all remember that? And so this is what's happening spiritually as well. So I hope this was interesting to y'all, and I ask that you all be sure to comment and like and share, and let us know if it's anything that we can do for you all. I'm gonna try to make sure I go ahead and get some of these crystals done and get them out. Be authentic. Embrace who you are. Love who you are, where you are. Even if you are not where you want to be, you still are who you need to be. It's just waiting to be drawn out of you, right? So do the meditations. Try to work on balancing your chakras. That's going to help you energetically to be able to have a flow as well. There are meditations for that in that playlist as well. And feel free to pick your own meditations. For those of you who fall asleep doing meditations, because it's one of the obstacles that Ernest experiences when he meditates, you can listen to binaural beats that have the exact same effect. And so basically it's just going to reprogram the subconscious while you sleep. So they have binaural beats, they have solfeggio beats, which uses the frequencies of God or the frequency of earth for you to meditate to. And that way, even though you're sleeping, you can still get the benefit of the meditation because it's helping the subconscious. Let me give you all a channel with really, really great, powerful binaural beats. Theta Rims, Theta Rims. He is one of my favorite channels to use for meditations. I always have success with his meditations. Even the astral travel and the lucid dream meditations have been, they've been working. They've been working. So I hope that I touched on everything that I needed to and could. And again, thank you all so much for being on this journey with us. We acknowledge your soul. Your soul is beautiful. You are beautiful just the way you are. There's no need to cover up, be fake. The more you embrace yourself, the more people around you will embrace you. Or they will just cease to exist to you because your vibration is different. And so y'all might be in the same space and time, but because the vibration is different, there's no connection, no interaction, and there's no negativity happening between you. So that's the beauty of the new heaven and the new earth, the rapture, the quickening, and receiving the glorified body. Our body is becoming a light body. That's why we can't eat the things we used to. It makes you sick now because the body is requiring what it needs to give you and to manifest in you what it is that you're here to do. All right. Peace, y'all. Peace, peace, peace.